Hello, and welcome to this video on binning, which allows you to group numeric data values to plot the frequency distribution of your data. Bins are a standard data analysis technique. With bins, you can group numeric values in continuous increments that you control. This lets you summarize large amounts of data across measures, and lets you analyze trends and quickly identify outliers. Data binning also lets you view your data as part of a larger group, displaying ranges of that data in manageable, visible bins. You can use bins to create a value distribution used for comparative purposes, or as the basis for a histogram. For example, you might want to analyze cost of goods sold against quantity sold to understand how many items of each cost of goods range were sold. First, add the quantity sold measure to the vertical bucket. The quantity sold will be evaluated for each bin. If you apply a bin width value of 250 to the cost of goods measure, your data values will be grouped into ranges of 250. For example, 0 to 250, 250 to 500, 500 to 750, and so on. Finally, you add the new dimension, which is automatically created by the bin process, to your chart. Your chart now displays the bin values against the quantity sold measure. From this example, you can see that a greater quantity was sold of the lower cost items. One common use for binning is to create a histogram. A histogram is a type of chart that shows the distribution of values in your data. To create a histogram, create a new visualization and leave the vertical stacked bar chart type selected. Right-click any numeric measure field, for example, revenue, point to bin values from the context menu, and apply an appropriate bin width. For this revenue measure, let's use a bin width of 1000 and display the bins as ranges. The new bin field is created as a dimension. Drag the new bin field under Dimensions to the horizontal bucket, and also drag the root field, Revenue, to the vertical bucket. Then apply the count aggregation to the measure to display the frequency distribution. As you can see, sale revenue values of less than $1,000 were the most common. To see a more granular distribution, shrink the bin width. To edit a bin, right-click the bin field and select Edit Bin Values. Let's change the bin width size to 500. Let's also change the bin display from ranges to values and click OK. Now we have a distribution in bins of 500. We can see that revenue values of less than $500 were more common than values of $500 to $1,000. Previously, these were all part of the same bin. Smaller bins allow for more granularity in your distribution, while larger bins may be preferable if there are large gaps between data values. You can keep editing your bin widths until you find one that provides the most insight. You can use bins across different chart types. They can also work well across different measures. As you can see, bins are a great way to group numeric data values, giving you a look at the frequency distribution of your data. Whether you want to see trends for age and gross profit, or find outliers in your data, binning can help you organize your data to make quick decisions. To learn more, visit the Web Focus Knowledge Base, where you can search all technical topics and videos.